Today we are going to crochet this easy summer top. This top has a lower lacy part and an upper solid part. It can be worn with a tank top or a crop top underneath. The top can be made in any size. The written pattern is available and linked below. This beginner top is much easier to crochet than it looks, and this is a step-by-step beginner-friendly tutorial. Hello and welcome to Let's All Crochet. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new, please consider subscribing for similar crochet tutorials. To crochet this top, we are going to need 4 to 5 skeins of any medium weight yarn. So I'm going to leave the details in the description box. Now the yarn that I'm using is called Narco Denim, and this is a 60% cotton and a 40% acrylic yarn, and the shade is 11580. We're also going to need a G6 or a 4mm size crochet hook, scissors, measuring tape, tapestry needle and stitch markers. Now let's begin. Now this is a schematic for the top. We are going to make two panels, the front and the back. They're going to be exactly the same except for the neck, which I will show you once we reach there. We're going to begin from the bottom by chaining the width. Then we're going to make the lace part first. Then we will make the solid design. And last we're going to make the neck. Then we will join these two parts together. We're going to begin with a slip knot. You can make it however you want. And now we are going to begin chaining the width. We are going to be chaining the width of our top, and we are going to chain a multiple of 10 plus 8. So I will explain that. On the screen I have put up some sizes for the top. It will fit on the loose side. If you want, you can always step down a size. So once you decide the width, we are going to begin chaining. Yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now we are going to chain 10 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now in the same way, we are going to keep chaining 10 till we reach about 1 or 2 inches less than the width that we want, and I will meet you there. So now our chain is a multiple of 10, and we are going to add 8 chains to the end of this chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I am making a size small and my chain is 108 chains. Once we finish our chain, which is a multiple of 10 plus 8, we are going to begin with row 1. Row 1. We are going to begin with a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. The loop on the hook is not a chain. Skip this first chain, skip the second chain, skip the third chain, and in this 4th chain, we are going to make a double crochet. So yarn over. Insert the hook into any loop. I am working into the top loop of this 4th chain. Yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops. We are going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops first. Now we have 2 loops. We are going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. We are going to double crochet in the next chain as well. So we have made a double crochet in this chain. Go to the next V. In the same way, yarn over. Insert the hook, yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2 loops. We are going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. We are going to make a double crochet in this next chain as well. So in the same way, make another double crochet. We are going to make another double crochet in the next chain. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain. Make your double crochet. So now we have 1 chain 3 and 4 double crochet. After this we are going to chain 1. So yarn over and pull through. After we chain 1, we have worked in this chain. You can see the double crochet. We are going to skip this very next chain, and in the next chain we are going to make a double crochet. So yarn over. After skipping this chain, in the next chain, insert your hook, make a double crochet. In the next chain as well, we are going to make a double crochet. In the next chain, again, we are going to make a double crochet. And in the next chain, we are going to make one more double crochet. So now we have 4 double crochets in all. So our repeat pattern for this row is going to be very easy. We are going to chain 1. We have worked in this stitch. We are going to skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch begin making double crochet. We are going to make 4 double crochet. So this is our first double crochet. Now in the next chain, make the next double crochet. In the next chain, we are going to make a third double crochet, and in the last chain, we are going to make a 4th double crochet. So now we are just going to continue repeating this pattern till the end of this row. We are going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet in the next 4. So we will chain 1, skip this next chain and double crochet in the next 4 chain. Continue till the very last stitch and I will meet you there. So now I have reached the end of row 1, and after my very last repeat of chain 1, skip 1 chain and make 4 double crochet in the next 4 chains, I have 1 chain left. So this is my slip knot and this V is my very last chain. And in this last chain, we are going to end with a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain and finish with a double crochet. Now at the end of the row, when we count our stitches, we are going to have our chain minus 2. That means I made 108 chains. If I subtract 2, I have 106 stitches at the end of row 1. Now we must remember that this very first chain 3 that we made is going to count as a stitch. So now we are going to begin row 2. Chain 1, yarn over and pull through. Turn the work. Now once we turn our work, we are going to begin working in this first double crochet. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is our chain 1 stitch. We are not going to work into it. And this is our first double crochet. So we are going to make a single crochet in this first double crochet. I'm sorry that my crochet hook is peeling so much. So let's make a single crochet in this first double crochet. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V. Yarn over and then pull through. Now we have 2 loops on a hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through both these loops. So we have made a single crochet. Now we are going to chain 4. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have made 4 chains. We are going to skip all these 4 double crochet and jump straight to this chain 1 space. So skip the 4 double crochet, jump to the chain 1 space and insert your hook into the space. Once we do that, we are going to yarn over and pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through both. So we have made a single crochet in the chain 1 space. So the row 2 repeat is very easy. After this, we are going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once we make our chain 4, we are going to skip all these 4 double crochet and jump to the chain 1 space. Insert your hook into the space like this, yarn over and pull through. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through both these loops. So this is our repeat pattern for the row. We are going to chain 4 next. Skip all the 4 double crochet and single crochet in this chain 1 space. Chain 4, skip the 4 double crochet and single crochet in this chain 1 space. So I will meet you at the end of this row. So now I've reached the end of this row and I have made a single crochet in my last chain 1 space. So now I have 4 double crochet and is chain 3 left. So after the single crochet, I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Once we chain 4, we're going to skip all these 4 double crochet and jump to the chain 3. So we're going to find the third chain of this chain 3 and make a single crochet in it. So this is my first chain, this is my second chain, and this on top is my third chain. So insert your hook into the third chain. Make sure you go through the third chain. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both. So we have ended with a single crochet. Row 3. We are going to chain 3 and turn our work. 1, 2, 3. Once we chain 3, we will turn our work. Now remember, this first chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. Now we are going to make 4 double crochet in this chain 4 loop. So this is the chain 4 we made in row 2, and inside this loop we are going to make 4 double crochet. So yarn over first and insert your hook in this loop. Then yarn over and pull through. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We have 2 loops. We are going to yarn over and pull through both those. Let us make our next double crochet in this loop. So yarn over first, then insert your hook into the loop, then yarn over and pull through. Once you do that, you have 3 loops on the hook. You can hold the bottom like this so that it is easy to complete the double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We have 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Now we are going to make another double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook. You can hold the bottom like this to make it easier. We have made 3 double crochet in the space, and this is our 4th double crochet in the same space. Now let us begin the repeat pattern for this row. So we are going to chain 1, skip the single crochet and jump straight to this chain 4 loop. And in the chain 4 loop, we are going to make 4 double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into this loop. This is our first double crochet. Yarn over, go back to the same loop. Our second double crochet. Yarn over, go back. Third double crochet. Yarn over, go back, and 4th double crochet. We're just going to continue repeating this pattern till the end of the row. We're going to chain 1, skip this next single crochet and make 4 double crochet in this next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So continue doing this till the end of the row. I have just continued repeating the pattern till the end of this row, and in the last chain 4 space I have made 4 double crochet. I have one last single crochet left, and in this last single crochet we are going to make a double crochet. So if you want to see the single crochet clearly, you can just turn the work like this, and this is the V of the single crochet. This is the chain 1 stitch. So we are going to yarn over, insert a hook below both the loops of the V of this last single crochet. Yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through. So now we have made our last double crochet. Now for the lace pattern, our repeat rows are going to be row 2 and then row 3, row 2 and then row 3. So we're just going to continue repeating row 2 and row 3 till we reach this solid part. So that is about 12 to 13 inches or just above the chest. So I will meet you once we finish repeating row 2 and row 3 till this solid part. I'm just going to start the repeat pattern with you. So this is row 3, and now we are going to begin our repeat of row 2. So chain 1, then turn the work. Once we turn our work, we are going to make a single crochet in this very first double crochet, go below both the loops of the V. Now we will begin our repeat pattern, chain 4. We are going to skip all the 4 double crochet, jump to the chain 1 space and make a single crochet in it. So continue repeating till the end of the row. So now I have finished making the lace portion of the front panel as you can see in the image. In exactly the same way, we're going to make it for the back panel as well. So I will meet you once you have one more lace panel. So now we have finished the lace part of the front and the back panel. Mine measures about 12 inches. Now let us move on to the solid part. So this is my slip knot and I have started making the front panel from here. I finished the entire lace, so I have ended at row 3 and now we are going to move on to the solid part. Row 1 of the solid panel, chain 1 and then turn the work. Now we are going to make a single crochet in this first double crochet. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is a chain 1 stitch. This is the first double crochet. Go below both the loops of the wheel. Make a single crochet. Once we make a single crochet, we are going to chain 1. Now we are going to skip this very next double crochet. Jump to the next double crochet. So we have worked in this double crochet, skip the next double crochet, and in the next double crochet, we are going to make a single crochet. We are going to chain 1 again. Skip this next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Now we have reached this chain 1 space. We are going to treat all the chain 1 spaces as one stitch. So after the single crochet we have made, we are going to chain 1, skip the next chain 1 space and single crochet in the next double crochet. We are going to chain 1, skip the next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip this next stitch, and now we have reached the chain 1 space. We will treat it as a stitch, so we are going to make a single crochet in this stitch. So in the chain 1 space we have made one single crochet. In the same way, we are just going to continue chain 1, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch till the end of this row, and I will meet you there. So now I have reached the end of this row and I have made a single crochet in my last double crochet. I have my chain 3 stitch left. So in the third chain of the chain 3, we are going to end this row with a single crochet. So insert your hook into this third chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. And this is the end of the row. Row 2, chain 1. Now we are going to turn our work. Now we are going to make a single crochet in this first single crochet. Loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is our chain 1 stitch. This is our first single crochet. So insert your hook below both the loops of the wheel. Make a single crochet. Now next we have a single crochet. We are going to chain 1, skip the single crochet and jump to the chain 1 space. Insert the hook in the chain 1 space and make a single crochet. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now we have a single crochet next. We are going to chain 1, skip the single crochet and jump to the chain 1 space. In the chain 1 space, insert your hook and make a single crochet. So the repeat pattern in this row is going to be very easy. We are going to chain 1, skip the single crochet and make a single crochet in this chain 1 space. So if you can't see the chain 1 space clearly, you can use your fingers to see it. Chain 1, skip the single crochet in the chain 1 space. I will meet you at the end of this row. So I have reached the end of the row, made a single crochet in the last chain 1 space. I have one single crochet left. This is my single crochet and this is my chain 1 stitch. So in this very last single crochet, we are going to make a single crochet to end the row. So insert your hook and make a single crochet. We are going to repeat row 2 till we have about 3 inches for all the sizes. So now we are going to make the neck, and let's get our stitch markers because we are going to need them. So the neck can be 9 to 10 inches. You can decide, but make sure you mark the neck in the center of your project. I have written the stitch counts in the written pattern. So we are going to take 2 stitch markers and mark the neck, and we will not crochet between these stitch markers. Our stitches on this side of the neck and on the other side of the neck should be exactly the same. So once we start working on the rows of the neck, we want to remember 2 things. We are going to start on the right side. So start at an even row. I have started at row 16. We also want to remember that the number of stitches on this side as well as this side should be an even number. So I have made 32 stitches on both the sides. Make sure you have an even number. So for this next row, which is our neck row, we are going to chain 1 and then turn the work. So just like row 2, begin single crochet in the first single crochet, then chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and continue till you reach the stitch marker. I will meet you there. So now I have reached one stitch before the stitch marker. In the chain 1 space, I have made a single crochet, and my last stitch is a single crochet. So I am going to single crochet in the single crochet. So now we are not going to work between the two stitch markers here because this is our neck. We are just going to chain 1 and then turn our work. After we chain 1 and turn, we are going to start working in this first single crochet. Loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is a chain 1 stitch, and this is our very first single crochet. Insert your hook below both the loops of the yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Now just like row 2, we are going to chain 1, skip the next stitch and make a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the next single crochet in the chain 1 space. Continue till the end of this row and I will meet you there. We will end this row in the same way as row 2. Single crochet in the chain 1 space, and we have one single crochet left. Make a single crochet in it. For the next row, we are again going to chain 1 and then turn our work. We are just going to continue repeating row 2. Single crochet in the first stitch, then we are going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip the next single crochet in the chain 1 space, and so on till the end of this row. This is the end of the row. I have made a single crochet in the chain 1 space and I have one single crochet left. So this is my last single crochet and this is my chain 1 stitch. In the last single crochet, insert your hook and make a single crochet. Now we are just going to continue repeating row 2 for pattern till we have 3 inches up till size large, and for XL and larger sizes we will repeat it till we have 4 inches. So now I have finished repeating all the rows for this side. We will leave about 10 inches of the yarn and then cut it. Pull out a loop by tugging on this loop. We are going to use this piece of yarn to sew both the sides together. So on this first side, the part above the neck is about 3 inches for me. We are going to count the rows and make exactly the same on the other side as well. Now this is the right side of the work. We attached the yarn at this point and worked in this direction, and then we went back like this. So now on the same side, which is the right side, we are going to attach the yarn at this stitch marker to work on this side. Then we are going to start crocheting in this direction first, then turn our work and go back like this. So let's do it together. Now this time we are going to be starting from the chain 1 space. So we are going to attach the yarn to the chain 1 space first. So insert your hook in this chain 1 space. Catch the yarn in a loop form on your crochet hook and then pull it through like this. Next we are going to chain 1. So yarn over and pull through. After we chain 1, we are going to go back to the same stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. We have 2 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through both. We have made a single crochet. Now we have a single crochet next. So we are going to chain 1, skip the next single crochet, and in this next chain 1 space, we are going to work a single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both the loops. If you want, you can work over this tail end so we don't have to do it later. Now we're just going to continue chain 1, skip the single crochet and single crochet in the chain 1 space till the end of this row, and I will meet you there. So now I've reached the end of this row. I've made a single crochet in the last chain 1 space. Now we're just going to single crochet in this last single crochet to end this row. Begin row 2 with a chain 1 and then turn the work. So once we turn, we're going to begin single crochet in the first single crochet. We're going to chain 1, skip this next single crochet in the chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the next single crochet and single crochet in the chain 1 space. Continue doing this till the end of the row and I will meet you there. So now I reached the end of the row, single crochet in the chain 1 space and this is the very last single crochet of the row, we're going to make a single crochet in it. Once we make a single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and then turn the work. Begin the row with a single crochet in the first single crochet. Then we're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the chain 1 space. Continue doing this till the end of the row and I will meet you there. So at the end of the row, I have single crochet in the last chain 1 space and then single crochet in the last single crochet. So now we are just going to continue repeating this row. So we are going to continue repeating these rows till we have exactly the same number of rows as the first side, and I will meet you once you finish. So once we finish the second side and make sure it has exactly the same number of rows as the first, we are going to leave about 10 to 12 inches of the yarn and cut it. Now pull out a loop by tugging on the crochet hook. This is exactly like the first side. So we have finished the front panel and we are moving on to the back panel now. We have already made the lace and now we are going to move on to the solid part. This is exactly the same as the front panel except we are going to make it for about 4.5 to 5 inches. So we are going to make row 1 exactly the same as the front panel. Then we will make row 2 of the solid pattern exactly the same as the front panel. Repeat row 2 for pattern till we have about 4 to 5 inches. I have a little over 4.5 inches. So now we are going to make the neck. We want to use 2 stitch markers and mark them exactly the same as the front panel. So I have the same number of stitches on this side, which is 32, and the same number of stitches on this side, which is 32. Just like the front panel, we are going to remember 2 things. We are going to start on the right side or at an even number row, and the stitch count should be an even number on this side as well as on this side. I have chained 1 first and turned my work, and now we are going to begin row 1 of the neck of the back panel. So this is just like the front panel. We are going to single crochet in the first stitch, then chain 1, skip the next single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, which is a chain 1 stitch. Continue doing that till we reach the stitch marker and I will meet you there. So my last stitch is a single crochet. I have made a single crochet in the stitch before, which is a chain 1 stitch. In this single crochet, I am going to make a single crochet to end this row. We are not going to work in the center because this is our neck. We are going to chain 1 and then turn the work. So begin with a single crochet in the very first single crochet. We are going to chain 1, skip the next single crochet in the chain 1 stitch, chain 1, skip the next single crochet in the chain 1 stitch. Continue to the end of the row. End this row by a single crochet in the last stitch. Now we are going to repeat this row. We are going to repeat this last row till the number of rows in the solid panel in the front and the back match. So make sure you have the same number of rows. Repeated the rows for 1.5 inches and they are the same as the front panel. Leave 4 to 5 inches, cut the yarn and pull out a loop by tugging on the crochet hook. In the same way as the front panel, we are going to go to the second stitch marker and attach the yarn here. So take your crochet hook and insert it into the stitch. This is a chain 1 stitch. Catch the yarn in a loop form on your hook, and now we are going to pull it through. Chain 1 next. Single crochet in the same stitch. Next we are going to chain 1. Skip the single crochet and then single crochet in the chain 1 space. Chain 1 again. Skip the single crochet in the chain 1 space. Continue repeating till the end of the row. Now at the end, we are going to end with a single crochet in the last stitch. We are going to repeat this row till we have the same number of rows as the other side, and I will meet you there. Once we finish, cut the yarn and then pull out a loop. Now we want to count our lace rows and make sure they are the same in the front and the back. The solid rows must also be the same. Now this is the front and this is the back panel. Both our panels are ready. We are going to take the front and fold it on the back like this so that the wrong side faces us now. First we are going to join at the top, so we will sew the shoulder on this side, leave the neck, and then again sew the shoulder on this side. Make sure the panels are placed exactly against one another, and we are going to mark 2 stitch markers, one here and one here. This is after leaving a gap for the armhole on top here. So this will be an armhole and this will be an armhole. We're going to start joining from here till here and from this side till the stitch marker here. On the screen are some general armhole sizes. You can decide how big you want the armhole to be. I have placed my stitch marker here. So I have placed both the panels exactly against one another with the wrong side facing up. So this is the wrong side, this is the right side, this is the right side, and this is the wrong side of the second panel or the back panel. We're going to close the shoulders first. So sew both the shoulders here, leave a gap for the neck, and then both the shoulders here. We're going to sew here, leave a gap here, and then sew on the other side. So I'm going to place the 2 panels exactly against one another. Begin sewing at this end with the yarn that we have left behind and continue sewing till we reach this end. With the tapestry needle, I'm going to go into the first stitch of the first side and the first stitch of the second side. Now tug on the needle. Come back to the first side, go into the second stitch of the first side and the second stitch of the second side. Tug on the needle. So we're going to continue doing that in all the stitches till we reach this end, and I will meet you there. So once we reach this end, we want to weave this yarn in with the needle. So we're going to go 3 to 4 times in the opposite direction with our needle. So we just want to insert the needle and go in different directions. Now once we are sure the yarn is firmly weaved, we're going to take a scissor and then cut the yarn off. So once we finish the first side, in exactly the same way as the first, we're going to close the second side. I will meet you once you finish. We can weave in any extra ends at this point before we join the sides. Now I've turned my top sideways so we can close this side. So we're going to start sewing at this end. Continue till the stitch marker. We will stop here because on the top here is our armhole. So let's begin. Take a piece of yarn that is 25 to 30 inches. Place both the sides exactly against one another. We are going to sew on the wrong side. Now insert your needle into the first stitch on this side and then the first stitch on the second side like this. Tug on the needle. We are going to leave a small end. We will weave this in later. Now we are going to insert a hook into the first side again and then the second side. Tug on the needle. These little loops are going to lie on the top like this. Come back to the first side, insert the needle, then insert the needle into the second side, tug on the needle. The loop is going to lie on the top like this. Now continue till you reach the stitch marker and I will meet you there. So now I have reached the stitch marker. I'm going to remove the stitch marker and go one extra time. And after this, we're just going to weave this yarn in the same way that we did for the neck. Take another piece of yarn and in the same way as the first side, close the second side as well, leaving the armhole open. So I will meet you once you finish. So now we are just going to add a thin border so that the edges even out. Let us attach the yarn at the seam here. So we want to attach the yarn at this seam. Then we will begin crocheting a border for the neck. We are going to insert the hook at the seam where we want to attach the yarn, catch the yarn, pull it through. Once we do that, we are going to chain 1. Now single crochet in the same stitch. So go back. So we have always attached the yarn in the same way. So now this is going to be the same as the rows. We are going to chain 1, skip 1 row, single crochet in the next row, chain 1, skip this next row and single crochet in this next row. Continue till we reach the corner here. So I've reached the corner now and this is my last single crochet that I have made. I'm not going to work into this stitch. Jump to this next stitch, which is a chain 1 stitch. So in the chain 1 stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. After the single crochet, we're not going to chain 1. Just directly jump to the stitch and make a single crochet. We're going to continue our pattern. So we're going to chain 1, skip the next single crochet, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next single crochet and single crochet in the next stitch. Continue till we reach the end of this row. So now I have reached the next corner again. So after the last chain 1 space, we make a single crochet in it. We are going to skip the next single crochet and single crochet in the next space that we find. But we're not going to chain 1. So just jump and make a single crochet. And now we are going to continue our pattern. Chain 1, skip 1 row, single crochet in the next row. Chain 1, skip 1 row, single crochet in the next row. Continue in the same way till we reach the next corner. So this was the last corner. We single crochet over the seam till we reach this next corner. So I have made a single crochet in the chain 1 space. After the single crochet in the chain 1 space, we are not going to chain 1. We will just skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch we are going to make a single crochet. We are just going to continue till we reach this next corner stitch. I will meet you once we reach there. Now I have reached the next corner stitch, made a single crochet in the last chain 1 space. We are not going to chain 1. Jump over the single crochet, and in the next stitch just make a single crochet. And now we will continue our pattern of chain 1, skip 1 row, single crochet in the next. So now I reach the end of the round, and after this last single crochet I am not going to chain 1. I am just going to join by a slip stitch to the very first single crochet. So we are going to go below both the loops of the first single crochet, yarn over and pull through this loop and then pull through the loop on our hook. Now we are going to leave 4 to 5 inches, cut the yarn and pull out a loop. Now after the border for the neck, we are going to move on to the sleeve. Now for the border of the armhole, we are going to attach the yarn at the seam here so that it gets hidden. So I'm going to insert the hook in the seam or close to it and catch the yarn in a loop form, pull it through. We are going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch. So go back, single crochet. The border for the sleeve is very simple. There are no corners. We are going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch space and single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch place, single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch place and single crochet. We reach these rows. So we are going to chain 1 and skip 1 row, single crochet in the next row. Chain 1, skip 1 row, single crochet in the next row. We are going to do this till we reach the beginning, and I will meet you there. Now I've reached the end of the round and I have made an extra single crochet to fill the gap here. Now I'm going to join by a slip stitch to the very first single crochet. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V of this very first single crochet, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through the loop on the hook. To leave about 4 to 5 inches of the yarn and then cut it, pull out the loop by tugging on the hook and weave this yarn in. We can work a border for the bottom as well. So we are going to attach the yarn at the seam here. So at the side, attach the yarn at the seam. So insert your hook, catch the yarn in a loop form and pull it through. Next we are going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch. After we do this, we are going to chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next chain. Chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next chain. Now we are going to chain 1, skip this chain, which is also the chain 1 space, single crochet in the chain with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next chain, and in the next chain we are going to single crochet. So we can see this gap just below the double crochet here, and this is where we are going to make a single crochet. So follow the double crochet, find the gap, insert your hook and make a single crochet. We're going to continue till the end of the round, and I will meet you once you finish. So now that we have reached the end of the round, we have ended with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Your summer top is now ready to wear. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with your friends. It would help my channel greatly. Press on the subscribe button and then click the bell icon and select the all option to be notified for weekly new videos. Here are some more tutorials you may enjoy.